Hey there, folks. In the video to follow, I'm going to be doing a review slash comparison of an electric snow shovel and single stage snow blower. Not battery powered, but electric. These require cords. I'm a big fan of electric and battery powered home and garden equipment, stuff you're using around your house. The main reason is because if it's gas powered like lawnmowers, snow blowers, weed trimmers, and the like, I'm not aware of any that have any pollution control devices on them. Whereas cars that are run by gasoline, they have all sorts of pollution control devices and that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, I'm not aware if the home and garden industry is regulated from that perspective. I haven't been able to find anything. If there are, please someone post down below some information if you have any on home garden equipment powered by gasoline that have emission controls and that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, I'm a very big fan, like I said, of electric and battery powered. In addition to these two snow clearing units that I have electric, I also have an electric chainsaw, a battery powered chainsaw, and we have an electric lawnmower, which you're not going to see now because of all the snow behind me. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this upcoming video, what you're going to watch. I do this over 3 different storms, 3 different snow events. So I did give them a good run for their money, and I hope this video is of interest to you. This is a SnowJoe single stage electric snow thrower, snow blower. It is a 21-inch 14 amp electric. Has a rubber auger, which I think is really nice. This is our 3rd one of these. We generally get about 3 years and then they kind of die, but for the amount of money you pay for it, it's great. Weighs 33 pounds. It's like absolutely nothing. Shoots adjustable back and forth with this little handle right here, as well as up and down right there. The way it operates is that you plug it in, you need the correct extension cord, correct gauge. This I think is a 10 because we have a very long driveway. As you can see, it goes all the ways up there. The way it operates, you press this little button here, you can press this blue handle here, and it runs. I'm just going to show you, we're supposed to have some more snow tomorrow. Yesterday, or past couple of days, we had almost 50 centimeters of very, very wet, heavy snow. It weighed approximately 40 pounds per cubic foot. I had to do most of this with a snow scoop because the poor old SnowJoe, the other one, kind of died. Luckily we had this one in reserve, and this is a SJ624E. You can get different models. So I'm just going to show you over the next couple of days what this thing can do. You'd be really surprised. So first of all, I'm going to show you this stuff here. This is frozen, very hard packed snow. I'm just going to knock this down and just show you how far the SnowJoe can throw it. So that sucker can throw that stuff pretty far and pretty chunky. You can get some models with a plastic auger, but I think the rubber one is much better because it has a little give to it. I did purchase this one recently. It's a certified 12-inch 10 amp snow shovel. Has an adjustable handle here, trigger grip there. My primary purpose for it was I wanted to knock down the big snow banks so I could be able to use my SnowJoe with it. Purchased this at Canadian Tire. Not sure, it's a little heavy. It's very heavy in this end. It can throw snow quite a distance, but there's no direction with it. It has a little light, which I think is neat. Plastic here, so it can chip and crack if you strike anything hard. It's not quite working out for the purpose that I intended. Just trying to figure out where I can use it. It does have a guide on the bottom, so you can say slide it across a deck. That's probably the best thing to use it for. Will be a deck with a few inches of snow. You just lay it on the snow like this, hold it and just push it along. That's probably the best. I'll probably show you in a little bit how this kind of works, but I'm going to get back to clearing the snow first. I would have preferred to get a SnowJoe for a snow shovel because I've just had a lot of SnowJoe products and I really like them, but they just were not available. So I went and looked at this particular model at Canadian Tire, and the specs and everything and the look of them and the design looked very similar to a SnowJoe. The only thing that I could really tell that was different was the coloring in the plastic, where there's blue on the SnowJoe, there's green on this certified version from Canadian Tire. Whether they're made by the same manufacturer, I don't know, but they look pretty similar to me, and this one, well, it was available, so I got it. I've got similar snow here piled up, hand for scale, and now I'm going to try this machine here, just to show you what it sounds like. You depress the trigger, pull. So I was doing that one-handed. It's a bit of a handful. Let's try it two-handed now. So this snow shovel is actually not too bad. You can see the amount of snow that it pushes. It has no direction, so it just like flies. If you need some directional ability, I'm sure there's other models by other manufacturers with little vents that'll pitch the snow. This here, it did try strike a couple of chunks of ice, and you can sort of feel the vibration, or I did anyway, up through the handle, where the rubber one just picks away at it. This sort of chunks at it. I'm sure it has its niche, but the amount of effort that you have to push that is, to me anyway, a lot more than this, because this does have wheels and it rolls relatively easily. This here doesn't. It scrapes along the ground, so it's a little bit more difficult to use. So probably on a deck or on steps or something like that you could possibly use a shovel. Maybe a shovel might even be easier because the shovel is not heavy. I guess you have to weigh it out and determine if it's for you. Me, I'm on the fence. I give it a sideways thumb because I'm not quite sure where I can use this in snow clearing. Honestly, I don't know. Anyway, I'll get back at using this to clear the rest of the snow. Hey, So we just had snow overnight. I consider this medium light stuff. We did have the other day we had snow that measured in approximately 40 pounds per square foot. Now a square foot or cube of water is 60 pounds, so it was quite heavy. This stuff here is not super heavy. Now I'll get my measuring tape now and see how much we did have. I don't think the SnowJoe will have any trouble getting through this stuff. What irritates me is some people doing reviews and stuff on snowblowers. They say, oh my god, I'm out in like 1 foot of snow, when you can easily see it's like maybe 3 inches, because they're out in like sneakers and a light jacket. And oh, it's really heavy when you see them, you know, it's kicking up around their feet. So I'm just going to go out in the driveway now. This stuff here pushed up with the push shovel scoop. So got my measuring tape. Okay, you can see there 6 inches, which is about 15 centimeters of snow. The driveway is full, so I got a bit more scooping to do before I get the SnowJoe out. So then I'll show you what I can do with this type of snow. So I've got the SnowJoe hooked up here. If the snow happens to get on the lens, I'm sorry, it's snowing. So I just did one cut through that. I think we're after having more snow. You can see the depth. I dug that away. Here we go. That's a good, probably 7 inches there now. Pretty easy through this semi-light stuff. One thing that you will notice about electric snowblowers, and I guess the same thing with gas, is that they have sort of like an optimum range where you can hear the motor straining, so you want to cut back on your speed. When I get into deep and heavy snow, I generally try to take about 3/4 of the width of the opening of the SnowJoe, and I sort of slow down my pace a little. And I also normally let go of the power when I'm backing up, just to give the engine and the belt a little break. I brought out the snow shovel just to see what it can do. Not very hopeful for it, but I'll give it a try. Well, that was surprising. It did throw quite a bit of snow. Once it got past, I guess, the 6-inch mark, it had started having a bit of difficulty. And I found I had to get down low like that in order to push it along. So for probably less than 6 inches of snow, it would be okay for flat surfaces, but it does take a lot more effort to push this than it does SnowJoe. Well, to wrap up this review and or comparison, you might want to call it, I brought both of the snow shovel and the snow blower down here out of the way just to show you all the snow. To be honest, this is not the same snow that I did most of the clearing with these. That snow pretty much melted. Then we got hit with another 80 centimeters, which is all this. So I spent the last 2 days with these again, using these in different capacity. I still tend to gravitate towards the SnowJoe. This weighs, I think it's 35 pounds. This here, it's what, 5.7 kilos, which is about 15 pounds. And most of it is there. With the SnowJoe, it has the wheel, so it's pretty easy to move around. Let me see, pros and cons. Pro with SnowJoe. I've got previous experience with them. I know how they work. They're great machines. The chute allows the snow to be adjustable in height as well as left to right. It's easy to maneuver with the wheels. A little trick I found is if snow tends to build up on the wheels, wrap it in a bit of duct tape. That's what I did, and it tends to repel the snow. What else? It's light. It's 35 pounds. This here, like I said, it's probably about 15 pounds. I found that it's heavy. If you're weight sensitive, you may want to lift one of these snow shovels before you actually purchase it. Where I'd find this coming in handy will be on a flat surface if you were just pushing it along, because there's no deflector for the snow. It just goes, whoosh, just flies out from the end. It does have a light, where the SnowJoe doesn't. But I rectified that with the SnowJoe, is that I took one of my bike lights and mounted to the handlebar. This, price-wise, this was, I think, $80. This, we got it on sale, I think, for $170, both plus tax. So that's almost double the price. And we know that we can get a lot of use out of those machines. So if I had a choice between a snow shovel and a snowblower, both electric, both single stage, I'd probably lean towards the, not probably, I would lean towards the snowblower. Although this can get into some smaller spaces, this is a much better tool, I find, for the snow that I'm dealing with. And this is relatively heavy snow. This is not light snow. Both of them through snow. This one is a little bit harder to maneuver, even though it is smaller, whereas that is a little bit bigger, but it's still easy to maneuver. and you're using electric with both, which is great because you're not using fumes, not exposed to fumes, not using gasoline, that sort of thing. The only drawback with electric is that you do need a long extension cord to the right amperage based on the distance that you're going to be snow blowing, and I do have a pretty large cable. So anyway, that's it for my wrap up of the SnowJoe snowblower versus certified from Canadian Tire snow shovel. Comparison review, that sort of thing. Hope you enjoyed this rambling, and I'll see you in the next video.